Hey, it's Billy.
And Pat, and we're here with our friend Joe.
Joe.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, we're here talking with Joe about just past life experiences of your career, going into owning a business, and like how does that transfer over? Yeah.
So this is Joe Ferrari. He is the owner of Tend in Greenpoint in Brooklyn. Joe, what is Tend? If people can't tell from looking around.
It's rather lush in here. Tend, we call it a small space gardening and supply shop. We have a full-scale outdoor gardening area, and we are full of houseplants. But we're trying to help Greenpointers and North Brooklyners fill their apartments with as much green as possible.
I like it. And Billy has been here for the last week doing his apprenticeship, learning the ins and outs.
I'm being an apprentice, and Joe brought me out to the nurseries. He showed me like the ins and outs of just like day-to-day happenings at a shop, because I just need to know what to be worried about and what not to be thinking about at this point in time, because I'm thinking of everything at the beginning stage of opening a business.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, because you have not always been a garden master, right?
Yeah. I have a long career in retail, so probably 15, 16 years working at Gap in Gap stores. I worked for another European company called Mex for a little while, and then moved into the corporate world. And so did store operations, opening stores across the country, working on projects internationally, and then e-commerce. Where we oversaw shipping of products, call centers. That was all at Kate Spade and Jack Spade.
Oh, cool.
About a year and a half ago, I just realized, it's time for me to do my own thing, and that's the plans.
What made you even start your own business?
Well, after all those years in the corporate world, there was this element of control. I wanted to have a little bit more control about the projects we were working on, things like that. And also, I just kind of wanted to slow down a little bit. And after years of being a gardener with my family, things like that, I went to school, landscape design school at the New York Botanical Garden.
Oh, cool.
I took a 5-week sabbatical to do that, or leave of absence. And it sort of inspired something in me. It was really all I could think about.
Yeah.
So I just decided to make the jump one cold afternoon.
Yeah. And you feel like that gave you the slowdown you wanted, having a business and owning it, or is it a different level? It's a different level of speed. It's like a little different. Yeah.
The way I like to explain it is, no, it did not. But all of the stress is now my stress. It's not someone else's stress. No one. It's not. I'm not doing something because someone asked for it. I'm not doing it because I think someone wants it. I'm doing it because it's what I want to be doing. And what I think my customers want.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the core of owning your own business to begin with, right? It's like, especially in this scenario, like I came from a very corporate place. I worked in fashion in New York for 6 years and did a lot of design, and my education was in graphic design. But then I kind of evolved into marketing, and marketing overwhelmed me more than I thought it would. And I realized that if all these skills are beneficial to owning a business, like design and marketing, those are two things that I can put into owning a business. But as I've discovered, getting this all launched, it's a lot more than just these things that I know how to do.
Well, that's why we are trying to tag team everything. I'm good at project management and timelines and budgets and logistics, and Billy is not.
And honestly, one of the most useful things we did upon realizing that we were going to open a business was to reach out to people and to sit down with people, like to come here and meet with you and stay with you for like this week at the shop has given me so much insight into things that I was maybe really concerned about, and realizing that those are not the things I need to be wasting my energy on. There's other things I have to consider. And, we got together with a couple of business owners in Buffalo, and they just were like, we wish that we had asked people these questions early on, because now you're getting to hear about what stressed us out and what things kind of drove us to the edge. And now maybe you can avoid those things. I think that's a really beneficial thing, is to like learn from people who have been through it, because I feel like a lot of us grew up not thinking about owning businesses. Like it was always this structured life of get a job and retire at that job and do this and that. And it's like, I feel like there's this wave of people opening businesses now, and we have to like rely on each other a little bit through our experiences to at least learn from each other.
For sure.
We're big believers in sort of like when the universe gives you a pathway, like it's like you should take it. If it's something you've been thinking about and the opportunity presents itself, that you should do it.
Exactly.
And so it sounds like you kind of are on that wavelength too.
For sure. For sure.
We have our very first event coming up on December 1st at the Queen City Market. It's going to be our first public facing thing, do you have any advice for us about our first, like, hello, welcome to our business, would you like to purchase things? Any sage
please
words of wisdom?
I would say trust your instincts.
Okay.
You're doing this for a reason, and don't worry about too much.
Easy for you to say.
Pulling off what you were saying though, Billy, is like the things, the ideas you're coming up with, just start to make some hard and fast rules in your head. Like, what are the things I need to just have this market be successful and to eventually get a shop of some sort open or to continue the business?
Yeah.
And pick which of the things that you just need to do that. And keep a list, keep your other things on the sidelines. You don't have to ignore them, because you might have this great idea that, like, let's say there's like, you want to have a beautifully designed postcard or something to hand out. The thing about it is the customers who are coming to see you, they don't know that you wanted to have that postcard.
Yeah,
that's true. They don't know what they don't know, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They don't know what's in your head. So there are so many things that I wanted to do when we were opening a store. I still haven't done them, and no one knows that I was going to do them. So no one's missing it.
Yeah,
that's true.
And ultimately, your product is you, and your product are what the customers are buying into.
Yeah.
So don't worry too much about the things that like you really wish for, like the pie in the sky idea.
Yeah, I think I'm just one of those like dreamer people that just like has nice ideas and all that, but the reality check is like happening now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm realizing what's important and what isn't. There are things that I was like focusing on for too long and wasting time thinking them out for too long, when it's really just pull the trigger on those, get that like at least settled and in motion.
Yeah.
Like, I just have to keep things in motion.
Yeah.
You can't freeze up, and I feel like I can freeze up easily.
Exactly.
So.
And the motivator to free yourself from that freeze up is the fact that you have a hard and fast date. Like, you have to be ready by the time the market happens.
Yeah,
right?
we love
I'm
a good deadline.
Yes. Yeah.
That definitely helps.
Yeah.
That definitely helps.
Yeah.
Joe, thank you so much for your wisdom and your inspiration, and for letting these two idiots be in your shop for a day. This has been great. Like, just, I feel so much more confident about moving forward.
Yeah.
From your help. So I appreciate it.
Opening a business is scary. It really is. And if you want to see what I've been up to with Joe, you can go over to our Daddy's Plans Instagram account. I have a highlight there that's named @Tend, and give Tend a follow too. It's @Tend Greenpoint.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah. And see what we're up to. If you're in the Brooklyn area, come get a plant at Tend.
Yeah. Tell everybody where, if they're in Brooklyn, where can they come into the shop?
Yeah, come see us here in Greenpoint. We're 10 Greenpoint, 252 Franklin Street. And also on the web at www.10greenpoint.com.
Check it out. Joe, thanks again.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe.
Can't say how appreciative we are, so
For sure.
I'll just say
guys.
thanks.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
You have a career or many careers during a lifetime, and then suddenly you own your own, and voila. Why did I say all that?
I don't know. Just wrap it up right at the thing.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
Yep.